know what? Every Monday we profile South Africans or young South Africans that's really making success in their field of business. And recently I met up with Sibongile Manganyi. Now, and I did that at Magambi, which is just the perfect place for bringing business people together. Now, Sibongile is an architect. She is the MD of the Indigo Kulani Group. And we were really able to just connect over that cup of coffee. And I was inspired to find out how well she managed to establish herself in a largely male-orientated construction industry. So let's go take a look and meet Sibongile.
Never noticed women on a busy construction site? Look again, because architect Sibongile Manganyi, who was recently honored with a Businesswoman of the Year award, feels right at home. She brings her business savvy combined with a heart for the community to every project.
Sure, Sibongile, so tell me, what is happening here? What are you guys building?
We're basically building the June 16 Memorial. It's a museum to commemorate the contribution of the youth of South Africa. Just to say that really the youth at that time, they've actually put in a lot of contribution to the democratic South Africa that we have today.
Well, I would love to hear a little bit more about it. Should we head off for some coffee?
Yes, please. Let's do that. Thank you.
This dynamic lady has a busier lifestyle than most 32-year-olds. Today, the founder and MD of her own company, Sibongile was still at school taking the bus when she noticed that a skyscraper in downtown Joburg was being built by teams of men in hard hats with not a single female in sight. Now, she helps shift paradigms project by project and brick by brick.
You founded the Indigo Kulani Group at the young age of only 26, which is very inspiring. How did it all come about? How did it build to this point?
I come from a family where my father was an entrepreneur, and we are 14 in total at home. And the youngest. My dad would get all his kids to help in the family business. So from the age of 12, I was already assisting, and I had my own stall in Soweto in the train station where I had to sell. So I would wake up in the morning and go to Ekenhof in the south of Joburg and go get millies and then come back and basically prepare to go to school, and then go to school, come back, and then go sell the millies that we picked up in the morning. I think growing up, I didn't really have that dream to want to have my own business. Obviously, because it was hard work, what we had to do when we were growing up. So I don't think any young person actually wants to grow up and do that.
She graduated with a degree in architecture. Helping on a church building project in Soweto gave her confidence to go at it alone.
As I was studying architecture, I started seeing the opportunities, because obviously architecture exposes you to the property market. You start appreciating the beauty of buildings, and that's when I started entertaining the idea of I'd like to actually own my business. I think at that time as well, I started thinking about, my goodness, how am I going to pay off my car? How am I going to survive? What if the business doesn't work? And I thought of my dad. And I said I was raised by a man who couldn't read or write. He raised all 14 of us, and he had sent me to school. And I'm thinking twice about doing what he did, you know? So, and I think that actually gave me just the courage to be able to say, I will resign and I'll start something.
This year's BBQ Awards theme was creating a legacy and building a future. Consistent with the national plan, the awards honor and encourages entrepreneurs and black industrialists who help facilitate economic growth.
And the winner is Sibongile Manganyi from Indigo Kulani.
For all your hard work, recently you've been awarded a BBQ Businesswoman of the Year award. So congratulations, first of all, but what does it mean to you?
I think this award, first of all, I really feel honored, but more than anything, I feel encouraged that I need to do more, our business need to do more, that there is a recognition that there are women in business that are actually running successful companies.
Well, that is another question I want to ask you. What are some of the challenges that you face as a woman working in a mostly male-orientated field?
I think the challenges that we face is basically there's fewer women in the business, that's one. And then secondly is that it takes time for tradition to be able to, for people to get used to a new way of doing things. And you find that men have run the built environment for a very long time. So when they see a woman, they still are not sure whether you are able to deliver. But once you've completed those projects, they come back because they know we can deliver. And for me, it's very fulfilling that people want to work with Indigo, not because it's a woman-owned business, you know, or it's a BE business. They want to work with Indigo because they know that we are able to deliver.
Well, I'm sure your dad is extremely proud. You're an ambassador for all women out there. What advice could you give to South Africans who would like to follow in your footsteps?
I think I'd really like to say to South Africans that yes, South Africa has a lot of challenges, but it's an opportunity to actually make a difference.
Sibongile agrees with the words of Eleanor Roosevelt. We must do that which we think we cannot. Courage and confidence grow when we take a leap of faith. She's the architect of a new generation of women in an industry that helps build the future.
True generosity means warm, homely meals, made fresh in store every day. Mug and Bean, giving you more and more.